Today we're going to learn how to turn decimals into fractions. So let's look at this. How are we going to turn 40 hundredths into decimal form? Well, first let's look at what it's equivalent to. If you do 40 and 100, and then you divide each of them by 10, that is good. So that makes 8/10. No. So that makes 4/10. Okay, so now that we know what 40 hundredths is equivalent to, let's write 4/10 right here. Okay? Now we're going to learn what 40 hundredths is in decimal form. 40 hundredths is partly different than 4/10, even though they're both equivalent. So if you were to write 40 hundredths in decimal form, this is how you would write it. That's 40 hundredths. Now, most of the time in decimals, you can only write hundredths or tenths. So right now, we're doing hundredths. So this would be the example of 100th in decimal form. Now let's look at 4/10. Okay, so 4/10. First, we know that we shouldn't make this. We shouldn't reduce this because that would make 2/5. And like I said earlier, you can only do tenths or hundredths most of the time. So we're just going to focus on those two. We're not going to do thousandths or anything. Okay, so let's see what it is. So it's not equivalent to anything. So it's not equivalent to anything. And then we're going to do the decimal form. Decimal form of 4/10 is 0.4. So if they're asking for the decimal form of 40 hundredths, you could say 0.40. And this 0 right here, that's a free 0. So you could take that out. And it'd be 0.4, which is 4/10. Just like how right here, it's 0.4. And you could add on a free 0, which would make this 40 hundredths.